Hi, it's Ashleigh from Sweet Dreams Bake Shop, and welcome back to my channel where I make a lot of cake and cookie decorating tutorials, as well as give a lot of baking business tips. And welcome to the 5th day of the 12 days of Christmas cookies, where I take one dough and I create 12 different cookies with it. So today what we're doing is we're rolling out the dough. Now, if you want to see how I originally made this, you can go ahead and check out this video in the right-hand corner, where there will also be the recipe. Now, when you're using this dough, because I added the full 6 cups into this particular recipe, I don't need to put any more flour down whatsoever because the dough is already relatively dry. However, if you go with the 5 cups that I recommend, you will need to put some flour down before you roll these out. Now, because there isn't going to be any royal icing that's going to cover these cookies, you do want to make sure that you get them nice and flat. Now, what I did with this dough in order to avoid cracking and to make it easier for me to roll out is I let it chill in the fridge for about 30 minutes, and then I went ahead and rolled it out. Didn't put any extra flour down, though again, like I mentioned, you might have to do that if it's too wet and sticking. And then I gently rolled it out, making sure to turn it every so often just to make sure that it's not sticking and that you're making sure you're getting a nice even roll across. This recipe is fairly no spread, so you don't have to chill it, but you can if you would like to, and then place it in the oven at 350 degrees Fahrenheit for approximately 10 minutes or so. You want it slightly browned, but not too much. Now, to make this really easy on yourself, you could definitely use a canned frosting and just make sure to re-whip it, but I thought let's make it from scratch, so I'm just making a really simple American buttercream. To be honest, I'm not really sure exactly the measurements that I used for this in particular because I always eyeball my American buttercream, but I will link a recipe down in the description box below that is relatively close to the recipe that I'm using, which is really just confectioner sugar, butter, and milk. And I remember DunkAroos having this like kind of artificial vanilla flavor. I did use pure vanilla extract this time, but use whatever vanilla you see fit. And then go ahead and add in some sprinkles just for that little bit of extra fun. And if you really want that sprinkle color to kind of come through and not blend, then I suggest that you use nonpareils for this, but I just had some Rockin sanding sugar, so that's what I threw in. This is not a sponsored video, but Good Natured sent me these a little while ago, and I thought this would work perfectly as little Dunkaroo containers. And of course, this would be more so of a party size because we have several Dunkaroo containers here. And I'm going to put in different toppings. Now, you'll notice for the frosting in this one, I just kind of palette knifed that in there, but I'm also going to show you a variety where we actually pipe it out. We've got some chopped up M&Ms that were the Christmas variety. We've got sprinkles, we've got crushed candy canes, and some chocolate sprinkles as well. Now let's do our next box. And I am putting about 3 of these cookies in each little section. And I thought that they looked cute in the middle, but as we know, DunkAroos is really packaged where it has that little pot of frosting and the cookies fill up the rest of the container. And DunkAroos also doesn't really have these toppings, but let's make it fun. Now, for more control and maybe a speedier time, you can also pipe in the frosting. This is really just about the aesthetic that you want to achieve. I love it when things are piped, and I also do find it a little bit easier to control and to do that faster than just putting it in with a spatula. Next up, we have the Lunchbox edition. Now, normally, this is what I use to pack my daughter's lunch in. So usually there's like a sandwich and some fruit and some other things in here. But today, I thought we would turn this into a little DunkAroos snack box because she has hot lunch tomorrow. So what better way than to surprise her with this before the end of the week? Let me know down in the comments below, did you guys ever get DunkAroos packed in your lunch? I think we did for a really short amount of time, but my sister, who is much more of a fan of consuming desserts, would always ask for them. I do remember that. So here is my take on Copycat Christmas DunkAroos. You could switch up the flavors for this, and honestly, you can use this idea for several different occasions. Thanks so much for watching, guys. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe so you can be part of the Sweetie fam. Right now, I'm uploading every day for Vlogmas, so be sure to come back tomorrow to see what I do with this dough for the 12 days of Christmas cookies. Also, be sure to comment, request, or ask a question. I love hearing from you guys. Bye!